ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic and from previous shows by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com. We'll return to the show after these messages.
Just like you, Cenex Premium Diesel is no stranger to the field. In fact, Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn. In simpler terms, you get restored power by up to 4.5% and restored fuel economy by up to 5%. Of course, there's always typical number 2 diesel, if you're not into the whole added power thing. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Peace of mind, powered locally. Cenex is a brand of CHS.
A cold front can slow the world to a crawl, but with Cenex Premium Diesel, your fleet can power through. Cenex Roadmaster XL Seasonally Enhanced comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn, optimizing cold weather performance over typical number 2 diesel. So rather than complaining about the cold, own it with Cenex Premium Diesel. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Peace of mind, powered locally. Cenex is a brand of CHS.
I don't like being up close and personal with snakes, especially since it's hard to determine which ones are poisonous. The rattlesnake easily makes his presence known, but for others, well, you have to get a little closer to them. Brian McGowan is an extension wildlife specialist at Purdue University. He says another way to tell if a creepy crawler spits venom is to look into its eyes.
In all parts of the United States, with the exception of the southeast, where we have coral snakes, all of our venomous species are pit vipers. They belong to that family, and so they all have cat-like pupils, very elliptical pupils as opposed to round. Pit vipers, as the name implies, have a special sensory pit between and below the eyes and nostril on each side.
In the U.S., the snakes that are potentially harmful include rattlesnakes, copperheads, cottonmouths, coral snakes, and sea snakes. Non-poisonous snakes may still bite, but most only strike if they're cornered or provoked. One way to catch a scaly scoundrel is by putting out a glue trap, which is a cardboard box with sticky stuff on the bottom.
They kind of crawl in that box because a lot of snakes kind of look for those little hideaways for cover, and they get stuck to the box. And then you can take them out to an area and pour vegetable oil on them. It reverses the adhesive action, and then the next time that snake sheds its skin, they'll be totally clean of all that stuff.
If you're dead set on killing it, the only lethal measure recommended is using a long-handled shovel or hoe to sever the head from the body. Do not handle the head right after killing it. You can still be bitten from reflex action. Learn more about snake control at livingthecountrylife.com. I'll see you in the country.
Living the Country Life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic, share your tips, and post photos by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Roane, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into a Thursday edition of Ask Your Neighbor. That means it's David West. Stars and stories, the Cas Walker Show. He's got the whole hee-haw gang rolling today.
Your artillery today.
There you go. There you go.
This is Big Mike.
Oh, Mike. Yeah. How's everybody doing this morning?
Mike and Long just as happy as if I had good sense.
Good. That's good to know. Dave, what's been going on this week?
Well, we've had a lot of business dealings. Oh, I'll tell you one thing that went on that I don't know if it's good or bad.
Okay.
I found a 42 Chevrolet truck.
Did you buy you another truck?
Paying for it was bad, but it's a pretty good truck.
Okay. Good.
I told Harry Mike coming over here, I said, well, I guess if you pay too much for something, it's okay because you just think on it like you're going to go on a cruise, and I didn't want to go on no cruise. You know, they've hired us to go on one or so, but I said, if I was getting paid, it's okay, but I just don't want to go on and be going.
Yeah.
And I guess you do what you like to do. Some people like to golf. This is a truck like I had when I first started out in business, 42 Chevrolet, and they're so hard to find because they just made a few of them when the war started, and they had to quit making them.
Really?
They had to make military ones, but there still wasn't that many of them. They got tore up in the war, I guess.
Sure.
But
where'd you find it?
In Dunlop, or something like that. Then next to the end of the world, I know that.
Go up to the end of the world, turn left.
Yeah.
Hey, and I forgot about this. Karen said, you know, you come by. Well, we come through here just not long ago, and I said, I don't remember ever coming through this place. And she said, well, yeah, we went to Chattanooga. I got killed over that truck. I come back, and I got out and got on the wrong road, and she said, the best way to go, she used to work, I said, the best way to go through Whitwell, right through Dunlap, and come out and cross one, come back home that way. From where we got round to that day, and so I did, and I come through there about 6, 7 o'clock. It was getting dusty dark, probably. And I went through an 8 mile, it just run 80, and I went through there. I went through that town 75 or 80. I don't even remember it.
I tell it home.
But anyhow, it's probably it's better cab and stuff than I had on mine.
Let's go.
It'll probably be when I get through with it, it'll probably be okay. I got to paint the cab part. The fenders are black. They don't need painted. It don't need to be painted.
You just want to paint it?
It would be about like it mine look, but it's wrong color. It'll be red black fender.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'll get into it in a few days. Get some of my friends around to do little tricks.
He's spending our inheritance.
I got to get Doug Sawyer lined up.
Everybody good to go.
2 or 3 of my buddies, I have to get them lined up.
Get them busy.
But anyhow, I got the bed off because I had a wooden bed on mine, but we got it off yesterday, and so it's ready to start. When
the remodel, huh?
I'll put it on ice probably. It's a real tight truck, really.
Good.
It was impressive.
How'd you find it?
Mike West, the boy that I got the oven from his daddy, knew I wanted one. And see, we all lived up there side by side.
Sure.
And Mike was just a little bitty toddler, little bitty boy. And, well, maybe 2 or 3 year old, but he knew I got from his daddy, and he knew the truck. He might have been, well, he was older by the time I got rid of it, because I used it over here. And, he said, boy, my daddy loved that truck, and I did too. And so I told him I wanted. He'd been coming over some on Saturday. And he come in and said, 2 weeks ago, he come in and said, look here, I found this.
Yeah.
And I said, I called the guy, and oh, Lord, he is ridiculous. And I said, I gave him down pretty close to half, I guess, but he thought it was a piece of gold, I reckon. I don't want it that bad. I'll just go on a cruise. But anyhow, I got it. Got hauled back in. I ain't heard it run yet, but it's okay. Because if it ain't real good, I'll just send me a motor down it out of the crate. That's what you do. That 36 at big trucks, I had to do all that.
Yeah.
First thing we took a Knox rod, and they built it brand new and set it in it, and we went all through it. You just will count on that. So if they've been setting for 10 years,
yeah.
Buy the cab and start to work.
There you go.
Ain't that hard? I just did that T-Bird joint about it, and we done had to go all through it. I mean, brakes, and it's about ready to go. Doug's supposed to put the trunk lid switch in it and get the door glass raised a little bit better, and it's ready to go. Thanks for sale, somebody wants it.
That's taken you a little while, hasn't it? Get it all set.
Well, I just didn't push it. It's just been sitting there. And we had to order a few little parts. The mirror broke off. Boy, it's a nice car.
It's a pretty car.
It's really good. The chrome's good. Interior's good.
No, it's a pretty car.
Got the
What
doors.
is it, a 56?
55.
55.
The very first one made in the very first series.
Well, that's pretty.
Doug looked it up, and the Continental kits has got the great big one on it.
Yeah.
And Johnny Jarkin told me that kit was put on them right when they first started making them, and it went to the dealers. That was a dealer kit.
Oh, wow.
To sell them off on them. Of course, they had it. 45 years, I believe he said,
Yeah.
dealership up there.
Yep. It's a pretty car.
Well, it's just, we'd go through the brakes, and so it's just some things you have to do when it's sitting like that. A new carburetor, I mean, built that.
Yeah.
You was touching that and start, boom, just like it. And then mirrors broke off, the trunk switch wouldn't work, he's ordered that, and you know, things we had to order. Yeah.
It's a pretty car. It'd be worth $1 or $2 when you get done.
I'm going to sell it at a good deal. Somebody wants it.
Give you a quarter for it.
Well, we done got a bid. You're right.
There you go.
Now, here, got 25, 5.
I like to have it. I ain't got nowhere to put the ones I got.
I think it's got your name on it. Well, I might trade to you for 2 or 3 of them.
I don't know.
Oh, we got Big Mike with us today. You know, Mike's been with me. How long have you been playing bass for me?
Well, how long you been playing banjo for me? 11, 12 years, something like that.
You've been on TV with us down there for a long, long time, and we've done a lot of shows together. And of course, now Mike is a man of many talents.
Okay.
Mike is a reverend preacher, and he's married. He's done a lot of weddings since we've been going.
Yeah, I even married a couple of couples down there at Ciderville, down there in the barn.
Yeah.
That's
And
great.
you did have a spatial going. What was it?
$49.95
Okay.
with an 8x10 glossy of yours truly, signed and autographed, suitable for framing.
Very nice. And a lot of them take you up on that?
No.
Okay.
Anybody out there wants to get married, that's the blue light spatial.
Yeah, it's like David says, I gave one to this one folk, to all else, take and set it out in the cornfield. Hey, crows brought back corn they stole 4 years ago.
The corn alone be worth $50.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
When did you first start? When did you start playing music?
Well, when I started basically on the professional side back in 1976, about 45 years ago, I started playing with Tim Harbin and some of his bunch. We was all just fresh out of high school. None of us couldn't hardly play nothing. We got together, and then I played with Tim and some of his for a couple of years. Then we met up with Jerry Butler. And then me and Tim and Jerry and Jerry's mama, we reformed the old Knoxville Newgrass.
Okay.
From where Jerry and Phil Ledbetter and a couple other guys had it. Well, they busted that one up, and then Jerry wanted to reform it, and I said, okay, we'll do it. So we reformed it. We went on for, about 3 or 4 years. Then I met up with David Siebert, pastor over at First Baptist Sonaris, and we had a group that we stayed together. Once again, me and Tim Harbin. We went through 3 or 4 groups together, and we were called Shady Grove. That was back in the early 80s.
Okay.
So I've been doing this a day or two.
You know, Jerry Butler, he went on. He worked with a lot of different bands, and
Yes, he worked.
he's at Dollywood now, ain't he, or something?
Yeah, he's up in Dollywood again. Yeah, but oh Lord, Jerry played with just about everybody, just about like Phil did.
Yeah. Jerry was a great figure. He was with Phil for a long time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That too was with Phil when they done the Blues Brothers, Jerry Butler.
Okay.
Jerry's really good guitar picker, good singer. I mean, he's top shelf, as Luke would say. Yeah, that's way through a bunch of them. You done gospel for a while.
Yeah, I sung with a gospel quartet based out of Sevierville for almost 10 years. Had a big old Eagle bus, and we traveled all over up the East Coast, from as far north as New Jersey to as far south as Georgia, South Carolina.
Stayed busy.
Yes, stayed busy. We're just what they would call weekend warriors.
Yeah. Take off on Friday, and there you go, Saturday.
Yeah. There'd be many times I'd roll back in early enough on Monday morning just to change my shoes and go to work.
How long you been over there? Tell me where you at now.
I work for Knox Rail Salvage.
Okay.
Been there in May will be 34 years.
My goodness.
Whew.
So, but...
Well, they got a nice place now. Y'all just moved to.
Yeah, we got a new location out in Fountain City on Greenway Road.
Mm-hmm.
We used to be down in the old city at the old Lace Packing Company building. Well,
Yeah.
Mr. Randy Boyd bought that.
Yeah.
And he's going to convert it into a ball fields. That's the rumor. But we had to move. We had to vacate the premises. So they found a place out in Fountain City. We moved in it last summer. We had our grand opening in October, so we just been out there a few months. We're the new kids on the block, but I tell you what, with the way building business is, everybody building houses, we stay busy.
I bet you do, because they're building them fast as they can right now.
Up there, you're on a one level, ain't you?
Yeah. Our building is all on one level, so these old bones don't have to climb those steps no more.
How many other building you had? How many, was it 2 or 3 stories? Or?
The most we've had at one time was 2 stores plus a warehouse.
Okay.
Now we're just down to 2 stores.
Yeah. That store, that old store that y'all had, what'd you say it was? It was the old...
Lace Packing Company.
Lace Packing Company. What a big building, wasn't it?
Yeah. It covers 8 acres.
Good night. That's a lot of building.
Yeah, it is.
That's a bunch of building.
We went from 8 acres to 45,000 square feet. You talk about doing some downsizing.
And I bet every bit of that 8 acres was full, too. You go in there, barely had a walking room. So,
when did that first come to Knoxville Railroad Salvage?
1980.
1980. I can't remember it. Well, people are talking about get to Knoxville. They got stuff cheaper than anybody, y'all.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of business in the 1980s.
Yes, sir. They've been going a long time.
What year did Lay's close?
Lay's...
Was it done closed out?
Yeah, Lay's closed in 2002. They were in business for 95 years.
wow.
Did they leave that building or what?
They just went belly up.
Really?
Went totally belly up. Went bankrupt. They sold the building, sold everything. But they didn't walk away from it.
Lay's. Let's see, we had Lay's, Selecto. Who's left in Knoxville now? Anybody?
Nobody. Lay's is gone. Selecto's gone.
JFG in...
JFG is still in operation, but they're not downtown now. They're down off of Sutherland Avenue.
Okay. They've been in business a long time, haven't they?
Oh, yes.
Boy, there's a lot of big business. I mean,
There's a lot of... Yeah.
you remember Kay's went out and Galo was a great ice cream, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of people just didn't know how good it was. It was the best ice cream on the market.
What was it?
Galo was the best ice cream. Oh, they had no ice cream. Oh, it was the best you ever eaten in your life. Wasn't it, Harry?
Well, it's just like the bread companies. At one time in Knoxville, you had Swan Sunbeam, you had Kern's, you had Meredith's, you had Galbraith's.
Yeah. Who's left now, Merida?
Meredith's the only one left out of all the 4.
What happened to Kern's?
These Kern's got sold out. Sunbeam, they just went down. My dad worked for Sunbeam Bakeries for... my dad worked for Swan Bakeries for years. Well, they went out in 85, 86, somewhere around there.
When Kern's went out? Or sold out?
Kern's went out just about the same time, maybe a few years later.
Is that the Kern's building right there up by Henley Street Bridge coming?
Yeah.
The old Kern, looked at big old Kern, that sign.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you just can't give them landmarks up. I'll tell you something.
Who owns that now? Who owns the building down
I
there?
don't know. It's just empty, ain't it? Or...
They're in the process of making it into like a banquet hall or something.
Conference center.
They're going to have condos in behind it. Oh, they're doing all kinds. It seems like everything in downtown Knoxville is going to. Just condos, apartments.
Because of universities.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Well, it's just like the old White Lily Flower Company building. Half of it is called White Lily Flats because it's all apartments.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, White Lily there. Charlie's Delicious Pie building, I see it's over across from Rankin's, you know.
Yeah, Charlie's Pie Shop.
It's an office space, I think, there or something. Office. Of course, I'll tell you what, the milk and ice cream people, look what you had in Knoxville. You had Santa Seal Test, and you had Kay's and Wolf Dairy and J-Lo. Avondale, and Broadacre, of course, Nash, Michael's Juggle Milk. They kept it and went back there. Wolf Dairy, and you had, I still got those commercials from Mr. Walker on there, some of our old tapes. Wolf Dairy Milk, Generations Gap, sung at.
Yeah.
You got to see that. Wow. You got to hear it. It's a good commercial. That woman, them 3 kids, you remember that?
Yes.
I've got that, copies of that. And French Broad.
Yeah.
Like all the ones yet. I got one of the French Broad milk trucks. One of the big trucks. And I used it. I had it the same time I had that 42 Chevrolet, my person.
Used it in
French
business?
Broad was my second one.
Huh.
I had 3 trucks back in. I got me a GMC, and I finally got me into 3 trucks, you know, and I just, I've done all kinds of one I could haul. That French Broad milk truck, I could haul my hams and turkeys and stuff for my turkey shoot, because it's in the dry, and I could pedal. I just pulled it up, open the door, and you can step in it like a little grocery store. And you get hams, turkeys, cedar chest, bedspread, blankets, dolls.
Stoffel was another dirt.
Yeah, Stoffels.
Stoffels, yeah, big. What big Stoffels were.
Going worse than backwards.
Uh-huh.
Man, you had so much of that stuff. And see, back then, a lot of them had cows. They lived in cows. Broadacre had cows all over the whole field over there.
Yeah.
Broadacre was a big thing. And
Well, there's still some of them big silos up there on Stoffel's Dairy up there.
Yeah.
my daddy was kind of having a little argument with him over something about way back when we had the Broadacre dairy milk. That's back when you had to pull the thing out of the jar. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that. I remember the glass jar.
It looked like jar, and you had a little paper stopper with it.
Yeah.
Cardboard stopper. Yeah, cardboard stopper, and you pull the latch up and jerk it out and drink the milk. Anyhow, if you didn't sell so much, Broadacre was cutting you off or something. See, my daddy, I never forget, he hardly ever said anything out of way to anybody, but he did, that guy. He said, yeah, I remember you when you first come to town here. You had 3 poor cows and an old-out truck. They were the first guy that I ever, first people that I ever saw do irrigation.
Really?
You remember, I remember, they went down there in Beaver Creek, and that big old house is still built, that big old... And they had, like grass back in there where the post office and all that was their hay field.
That's for the cows.
And they had them big pipes. Now, I mean, it just flowed that water out of that creek. They had the grass and cows in there. Oh, that beautiful place, and wasn't it?
Yeah.
What a pretty built place.
So it was.
And you can watch all the irrigation.
Yeah.
And it's, now I know probably a lot of people did it before them, but that's the only one I saw around here that irrigated. Man, they had water. So I had cattle up at Ciderville in the back, all back in there, as my daddy we raised cows. So I went down there and
Pump it out of the creek.
I got my idea from them. So what I done, I went, Mr. Epson said, that's before we had any kind of fire department, I said, we need something in case of fire. We need to put us in a fire department. I said, how are we going to do that? So me and him painted some trucks. He said, we're going partners on it, because I couldn't afford it, and he didn't want to, I don't get. So we painted up some big trucks or something, got some money ahead, and we went over and bought a big old pump. And that pipe run down into the creek with built this little dam like where it could get it quick, because you get it quick anyhow, big, you know. But I got a dam built across there. Stuck that pipe in there, and I still got the nozzle. And my Max Moneymaker, my nephew, who was just a small kid then, and he said, and had that 2-inch big old, it's just like a fire department road, hose out. And Max was sitting there, and he said, kick it on, and said, see what it'll do. And Max was standing there in front of the store. And he said, well, that ain't got enough power to do it. He shot across the highway. I lifted him off the ground. He said, that ain't got enough power. About that time that thing kicked in. And I'll never forget that water went across the highway. It raised him up. He said, cut it down, cut it down. And so then I got the big idea. I said, well, what I got to do is irrigate.
Wait a minute. I want to go back to the fire trucks. Did you carry water on the fire trucks?
No, we carried. We had a hose that reached all of Siderville.
Okay.
So we just pumped down.
A fire department for Siderville.
For
Siderville Fire Department.
Siderville Volunteer Fire Department.
There you go.
Yeah, no, we had 2 power supplies over there. And in case one building was on fire,
so we
could stick it up, flip it over to the other one.
Okay.
The other box.
Sure.
You know, it just got 2 sections of fire. Right?
Okay.
And so we had it worked out, and it sat there and had the hose. We rolled the hose up just like you do the fire department. Had a big old long, expensive brass nozzle. I still got it. Big old nozzle, and it gets down there, but that pressure, and it'd come from there. Well, this pump shot 55 gallon a minute. 55 gallon water a minute.
That's a lot of water.
That's a lot of water. Yeah. It's a big outfit. He went over and told him what he wanted, Mr. Travis, and he knowed how to do everything. We built a big box, put it in, and lined it with styrofoam so it wouldn't freeze in winter. And it'll trap the pipe good, and it won't freeze in water. No, it's 58-degree water, summer, winter, both, they say.
Yeah.
And, well, in the summer, it was real dry, and I had all them cows up there, and my grass needed water. So I run me a pipe from down there, out of the creek, up there, looked at that pump, and took this old, I guess it's half inch or 3/4 inch, that old rolled out black pipe, you know, like I got it straightened out. And I took a little bitty drill hose all through that pipe. And I plugged that up, man, it just watered that, just like Broadacre Dairy is over there. And I'd have it like 100 foot. And it'd take, when you went in there, when you plugged it up, 100 foot would do about 25 feet both ways. Well, I just start moving it. Maybe I do that 5 hours, and then I go up there and want to move it over and drag it up another 50 foot, and then do 25 and drag. You do that whole cow pasture. In a day, you can do the whole. Might not get dogs, you get most of it. Oh man, I had grass going there.
I bet you did.
It's high, but it comes from our water rods and that good cold spring water. Woo, buddy.
Happy cows.
And it's a lot of things I've invented. Well, I didn't invent them, but I added to the invention. But I had that pipe.
I didn't know you made your own little fire prevention.
It was fire department. Well, my daddy always said, poor people, poor ways, rich man, mean ways. That's what Daddy always said. Daddy said about war, he said, it's a rich man's war and a poor man's fight.
Yeah.
It's a pretty smart way.
It's true.
But we had to do a lot of things. And I told you, I've got it over where you see it sitting in the kitchen. We got it on a display. The ram that you shoot that water.
Yep.
You shoot it from up our house and then that same spot.
Wow.
We're right out from it, about 20, 30 feet. We had
pressure build up.
Another box built.
A pressure build up in it.
Yeah.
The creek turned the wheel, and the wheel built up the pressure.
Yeah, pressure.
Fire it off.
That little bitty thing is so heavy. I mean, it's all you want to do is lift it. And it's just a little bitty thing. It must just be solid steel. Like that. Yeah. That's not. Yeah. You go. You got piston, but you hear it from up the house.
Wow.
Well, you know, if you listen real close, because there wasn't no traffic much in. The way it did is shoot so much water in that reservoir, because you had to have it something could.
Yeah.
It run all the time. And, you know, we could have piped in our house from that. You know, we were so high, we could run some faucet right in the house and that in our sink. But back in there, a lot of the people in there carried water in cisterns, you know. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
One of them things built up. See, my daddy, he hauled produce, and he had a 39 Dodge, and he'd go by the spring, and he had one of them cases with 4 1-gallon jugs in there.
Okay.
And he'd get 4 1-gallon jugs of water, and that's what we drunk. It's like you go to the grocery store and buy a jug of water.
He'd get the spring.
Well, he'd get out the spring, kept in jug of it. He'd sit there, I could drink 3 or 4 days or a week out of it, and then go back. Because we went down, but there's a great big spring in there, and down my Happy Road, and you had to ford the creek. The spring went over, and you had to drive through that water. That's part of the road, didn't it? No tile in at that time. Joe Long put one in it when he got there.
Wow.
Before, I believe it was before Joe Long, you had to drive through the water. That is far from half of your parking lot to the road that there, about
Really?
300 feet, 400 feet, maybe 500 feet. It's pretty, but it was just sand and rock. And the water's about 6 inches deep. You remember that? You forded creeks, everybody.
Them same thing where I live on Love Street.
Yeah, we forded all the creeks back in. You
had a big spring house and it run.
Well, you drove in the creek. The creek bed's what you drove in because it was solid. You wouldn't stick in it. You couldn't drive. I mean, if they done it, you drove through the creek, across the creek, up the creek, because that's where you come out. Because it was, people don't realize, but the creek is solid rock. Yeah. Of course, all the mud away, they ain't nothing but rock. Sand and rock, all it is. It's a mixture.
Driving up the creek.
It's unreal what things were back then, wasn't it? That we got to see. And Daddy would stop there and get his water, and it was thunder and lightning. And of course, lightning hit that water and it knocked that jug out of his hand.
Really?
I was watching my little boy. He cracked boy real bad and went and did that jug, knocked it out of his hand. He got me, said, "We better go. We'll get some more later." And I said, "It hurt you?" And he said, "Well, it didn't feel good." My daddy always had real quick little sayings. It didn't feel too good.
Wow.
And I got in that pump. I told this to an electrician, Alan Collins, bass player of mine, his friend. And I was asking him how hard did he ever get hit with electricity. And he told me how he got hit with extension cord. Of all the houses he wore, the extension cord was naked, and he got his arm against it and hurt him. Didn't kill him and make him go to the hospital. It hurt him. And I had my arm on that pump house, was working on it. And somewhere I got into it. I was wet all over while I'd been working on it. And it hit me, and it must have put 500 blisters on my arm from ear down to ear. There's little bits of blisters. And it shot out my arm. Of course, I turned it loose. When I did, and that electrician said, "Well, you ground it off right there. If you just been standing there, it went from through your body and killed you."
But because you touched your pump.
You grounded it, shot out your elbow. It goes to the end of the ground and it goes out. I'm just saying what they told me.
That's what I've always heard too.
I do know I had a lot of blisters and I got shot. And boy, you talk about jarring me.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like to fool with. I don't like to work on stuff around the house, but I don't like to fool with electricity.
I've done it because I had to. I just walked in here not long ago. And this woman said that one of her plugs was out on the wall plug.
Yeah. She
didn't know where to find it, and I didn't know how to tell her. How could she? It's an off and on switch, and her plug warned it. And I said, "Well, I'll just do it in hot, and I just take it undone, put one wire on each. I've done all that."
You ain't got no sense.
I just take piece of fire just so you don't touch nothing.
Yeah, but I ain't that good.
You do it, hey Ron, you do it like you handle tigers very carefully.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I worked at a telephone company, and he was pulling a telephone cable across the road. And they was a bootlegger run under the cable and hit the cable and knocked it into a KUPI line. And he's 240 pounds. And it just takes smacking him against the ground. Well, one of the boys on the pole worked for him, seen the ball apart. He reached up and cut the wire. I hit him. I mean, it just blacked his arm and stuff. And I mean, it smacked him like he was a baby.
Yeah.
26,000 pounds.
26,000 volts. That's a little bit of juice.
Yeah.
City killed him.
Well, yeah.
That war. That's all of us did. Because you couldn't turn it loose. It holds you.
Yeah, it'll hold you.
So,
yeah.
It's like 110, it'll hold you. 220 will knock you away from it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't play electricity.
I've been shocked a few times. The worst I ever done, I had all them blisters broke. And I remember just like yesterday, I was bent over working it, and then when I hit it, he said, "Because you was grounded off that tire, run through, went at your arm." Of course, I turned it loose.
Electricity, just have one more at a time.
Yeah, that's it. And be sure, if you get that hot and you ain't grounded good on that, it's still shock you sometimes. This thing, we use insulated pliers. Mm-hmm. Take your screws out and take that thing real and don't talk to nobody.
Just don't talk to nobody.
Put that screw in there and then reach over and get this one over here. Take them both off. Get them and spread them apart with your pliers and stick it on there and then go over here and do this in the same way. And okay.
I'm gonna leave that to somebody else.
I don't do it anymore, but I have done it several times because it's just where I didn't have nobody go out there and flip a breaker. As I clip them all off, I guess I could have.
I've got those low power landscape lights out around the house, and the one that's on my mailbox up front of the driveway was out, and trying to get it out, I broke the bulb. So I was fiddling with it, and I had a pair of pliers, a screwdriver, and I was down in it, and my neighbor stopped and said, "What are you doing?" "I'm trying to get this out." He said, "Won't you go turn the lights off?" I said, "Well, it's just low power." He said, "No, it's not just low power." I said, "Yeah, that might be a good idea." Didn't even think
18 volts will jar you.
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't get
jar you.
18 volts. I've done it burglar alarms.
Yeah.
It's that.
I put a new doorbell on the other day. Yeah, I bet I checked the source of the.
Lay your arms across a 12-volt battery.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I've done that a time or two.
Yeah.
That's not for me.
Spark plugs ain't too good for you, eh? I told you we had that bull wire check spark plug in the car running. You just didn't bother him, I reckon. He just reach and get him, and you can see.
You can see the fire.
That blue thing was jumping out of him. If he'd have got you or me or one of us, it knocked us out. It went through him and got us. He'd say, and if you stand there, he'd say, he'd grab you like that. Well, when you talk about your teeth rattling, but it didn't hurt him. Junior Shelton would say, "Go in there and get CR. I don't have to take all these spark plug wires off. He can just touch them and tell which one's bad."
Yeah.
He'd go around and he'd say, "This bow, you see him spark. Hi, boy," he'd stick it back on. "This one's good." And he'd take them off and check them out. Bow.
I wonder how he learned to do that.
Well, it's just he was an Indian.
The first time, you know what I mean? I think I'm going to grab a spark plug.
He was an Indian and it just didn't bother him. I don't know why it didn't. I asked Karen back, she nursed, she said he just had something about the nerves. It didn't clash with it.
Even if it didn't clash with the nerves, you think it'd knock you around a little bit.
"Oh, this year ain't bar nothing, you ain't change that. Now you change it, it'll be perfect." But don't stand close to him because he likes to grab you. You know, to kill you, knock the stuff out of you.
Yeah, don't they?
It'll be around your teeth, won't mine?
They definitely will around.
Did you ever get a hold one hot?
I've got a hold one. I trying to start a mower one time, and I thought the plug was fouled, and so I looked at it and figured it wasn't, and I went to put the top back on, and I didn't get the top on good, and so I was it was electric start, and I hit the starter while I had hold of what I thought was the rubber cap, but I was and I had hold of the top. Yeah, it didn't start, but when it tried to fire, it got me. Yeah.
Make your eyes cross.
Yeah.
If it was running, it really got you.
Yeah.
That thing been running, it hit you. You just made pads you couldn't get loose from.
Yeah.
Quick enough, could you?
No, it just turned over, and I figured let go right quick. Let go of the key.
It turned over and he turned.
Yeah. It turned over and I flipped.
Oh, goodness sweet. Well, Mike, tell us a little bit more about your music. When did you start preaching? We need to interview you a little bit.
Okay, well, let's see. Yeah, now this is one that I love to tell.
I want for the books, man.
Yeah. Whenever I announce my call to preach, I our pastor, we was all gathered in the church. We was having a good meeting, one of those good old-fashioned, almost like a Church of God Holy Ghost meeting.
Yeah.
And one of them good ones.
Almost.
Yeah. And the pastor, he's up there. I mean, he's just hammering it down good. Well, the pastor's nephew got up. He told his uncle, he said, Uncle Eddie, he said, I've been called to preach. Well, wonderful, good. Pastor looks at me and said, Mike, said, I want you to get up here. Hand him his Bible and said, I want you to tell him what you expect out of him. Well, see, I was the chief deacon in the church at the time. That's what you might call a ramrod.
Okay.
Well, I got up there and I started. Next thing you know, coat goes one way, tie goes the other way, shirt sleeves get rolled up, and I'm up there hammering just as hard as I can. And I hear this little still small voice saying, gotcha. And I thought, uh-oh. And I said, well, I might as well fess up. I looked at my wife, and, oh, by the way, today's my wife's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tina. Be coming from over here on top of the hill.
She's listening to us.
Yeah. But anyway, I looked at my wife, and I said, honey, I said, how do you feel about being married to a preacher? And her sitting on second pew, she just puts her head in her hand and says, oh, no. Well, they licensed me. And then, about a year or so later, they ordained me, so I am a full licensed, ordained minister. I can marry you, I can bury you, I can do everything in between.
And stick to them 8 or 10 crosses now.
And stick with and that's been 20 years ago.
You married quite a few people, ain't you?
Yes, I have.
What did we do the last wedding? Was that your son?
That was whenever my son Josh got married, was May of last year. We went down to Athens.
Yeah, Athens.
And him and his fiance found a nice little venue down there. It's like a big old barn that they had converted, and where they could hold all kinds of different things, had a big stone fireplace and everything on the outside.
Oh, that's a huge place. It's nice.
Beautiful. And I got the honors to perform my son's wedding.
That's cool.
And, that's something that is an honor that not many men folk or daddies can say that.
Well, Josh he's a real good, accomplished musician. He plays everything. Plays well, plays guitar good, and Lord, he's a whiz on computers and stuff.
He's a whiz on music. He's a whiz on computers. As a matter of fact, now this here's the banjo virtuoso.
Okay. I agree.
My son.
What does that word mean?
Means you're pretty good.
My son went down to Ciderville one day. He used to run around with me a whole lot on Saturdays. We'd go down there. And before he got married. And David will pull some of the banjos out that he just took in. And he'd hand him to Josh and say, what do you think of this one? Josh play rings around it. And Josh would tell David, it needs this. To kind of tweak it and tune it up real good. And sure enough, he'd take it back there and they'd do is tweak it and tune it and stick it up on the shelf and they'd be sold within a week. I mean, that's how good the boy is. The boy could sell he could sell ice cubes to an Eskimo.
He does the computer work all over.
He does the computer work for He's one of our cabinet designers there at Knob Trail. And he also takes care of all the company's computers. They have a problem. Josh, come here and fix this.
He's a smart person, I have to say. You know, we was playing a show one night for Ron here somewhere. And then we had to leave her and go do TV at your community center or someplace. Ron, you had a show, Ron. And I had this 19 and I guess it's a 60 Vega I had sold. And the fella died. He's a man right under Joe Jenkins over in Knoxville, David Riggs. He told his daughter, said, I want David West to this banjo back. I got him. She traded for Martin. And when she did, while he was there, and I said, look at that banjo over there, Josh. I traded for the old model Vega, Star Vega, the best in them made. Well, Josh got it, and he said he'd pick with us. I'll let him play a couple or three on the show, or sometime we'd do two together, but at night we just take one. He said, can we take this Vega at night? And I said, I was playing that real good high-dollar Gibson, you know. And I said, take it if you want to. You know, I don't care, because I was going to pick most of it in. I got over there, and I picked that thing. I said, man, Josh, this is a good banjo. He said, it's one of the best. And I played it on that show with you that night, and I've been playing there since. That's right. I mean, play it. You didn't remember Josh? I probably never would. I sold it again. But it was so good. Man, it's a good banjo. I mean, that's against my rules and everybody to play a Vega when you got a
Gibson or whatever.
$1,000 Gibson, you know, but it's just good. I was playing at one of them theaters, Paramount Theater up there, and this guy come up and said, man, where'd you get that banjo now? So I took it in on trade, and he said, can I buy it right now? And I said, well, I don't know. I might work up a price. I don't know how many people try to buy it, but you know, it can be sold, I guess, but I don't want to because I just like it.
You like playing? Yeah.
But Josh, he's made a real good musician, and like he says, he knows a lot of. I never saw him. You hand him anything that needs set, anything that's digital. I mean, when he's just real young, I keep stuff that need work. I don't have to set something or do something. And just 1 minute and hand it back to you. So, phones, iPhones. I mean,
the boy is a genius, and he must inherit that from his mama. He don't get it from his dad.
Well, I'll tell you something. One night I want you to do on TV is people don't know about you play piano.
Yes.
Was that one of your first instruments, or?
I started. Yeah, that's 1962, which has been almost 60 years ago. I was 4 years old. I told my dad, I said, I want to learn how to play piano. Well, he said, okay. So we went to Lynn Sheely Piano Company on Magnolia. Daddy bought an old Steinway upright grand. You know the kind I'm talking about. That big old high back on them. Paid $100 for it.
Big money. Back today.
Back then, yes, it was very big money.
Oh, yeah.
And I got in touch with my daddy. Like I said, he worked there at Sunbeam Bakery. So they had a lady over there that taught piano that worked with Dad. And I got piano lessons 30 minutes a day, 1 day a week. That was my piano lessons. I think it was like $5. Of course, back then, 50-some odd years ago, that was a pretty good chunk of money.
Yeah.
And I was one of these, David can tell you, I'm a stickler for music. I play my way. I can play by music, I can play by note, but I prefer to play by ear. I listen. Well, I was playing stuff my own way. Piano teacher didn't like it. She told my daddy, she said, he's unteachable. said he'll never amount to anything. He said he'll never learn music. He's unteachable. Well, Daddy said, okay. He said, just don't bother teaching him no more. But we kept the piano, and I learned to play on my own. Play the piano, and then also play organ. And about a year and a half, I guess I might have been 6, 7, I was playing and gotten very, very proficient at playing the piano. And Daddy told the music teacher, said, I want you to stop by the house. Said, I want you to see something. So she come by the house, and Daddy was there, and he told me, said, son, sit down at the piano and play what you played for me the other day. So I sat down. I don't know if you're familiar with classical music or not.
Not very.
I sat there at the piano and I played Beethoven's Für Elise. Note for note. Line for line. Without music. And she looked at me. She looked at my daddy. She said, I never, ever will judge again. And like I said, that's been almost 60. That's been 55, 56 years ago, something like that. And I've been playing ever since. And I owe it all to the good man upstairs because he's the one who gave me the talent to do it. But I love music.
Yeah, you play. Mike can play good doghouse bass because he can learn them songs. Pretty well knows them and do them. You know, if I'm going to play something that's far out, I'll say, Mike, get up here close to me. Because 2 of us plays, the rest of them can't come down.
Rest of them will follow.
Yeah, because they'll look at me and say, can you play so-and-so? Yeah.
I got to ask you that, right? Mike said, can you play it? Mike said, you can sing it. I can't.
Yes, can you listen? If you can sing it, I can play it.
Good.
We run into one every now and then that we can't
function.
We can't find them, can we?
No.
They don't know.
I don't know where they are. You can't find them.
You like the Indian that Indian got lost in his TP and his wigwam, and it said, the Indian said, are you lost? No, the wigwam's lost.
Yeah, we had one guy down there one time. He said, can you play so-and-so? Yeah. He said, I do it in this key here. He never could find that key. He's all over the place. And I just looked at him, I just stopped and said, okay, you ready then? Let's go.
You know, Monday night, I believe it is, ain't it? We got to play Wild Wings.
Yeah.
It's this Monday coming Monday.
16th?
No, 23rd.
23rd.
Is that just
Next Monday. Week from Monday.
Week from Monday, okay.
Yeah. Week from Monday. You're ahead of
yourself. Week from Monday at Wild Wings.
You sprung forward too far.
And if you want to come at your own risk, bring some glass. If you don't come, Claudia will be there to break glass, I guess.
Oh, Lord.
Chica man will be laying his egg. Yeah, I guess it is another week off, ain't it?
Yeah.
Monday. But Wild Wings is, you know, it's a big thing. They really go after music. They're consistent with it. And we appreciate them so much. But anyhow, Mike is a man of many talents. He goes back a long ways, and all those groups he worked with, and he come in after. I remember. Did I say you were first base, doghouse base? Or I traded you out of your first dog.
You traded me out. Now this has been this was back in about 35 years ago. I had an old 39K upright bass.
Okay.
Like a fool, I shouldn't have sold it. But the gospel group that I was playing with at that time, they didn't like upright. They wanted electric. So I said, okay, and I had bought, you were selling Earth at the time. You sell those Earth amps. I bought a big Earth stackable.
Oh, I forgot about them things.
With an electric bass. And I traded you that K and an old Colt 38 pistol.
For the amp and the bass.
For the amp and the bass.
Good.
He sold the bass and kept the pistol.
Yeah, probably.
That's in case I made another bad deal so I could shoot a spoon.
Yeah.
And
I forgot all about that.
that's been, like I said, that's been like 35 years ago. And I remember the first time I met him was, before that was back in the late 70s. He had, who was you had coming down there? Larry Sparks.
Oh, okay.
Had come down there to do a show. And this is back whenever I was playing with Jerry with Knoxville Newgrass. We opened for Larry Sparks.
Got it.
You know, that's been 78, 79, somewhere back then, over 40 years ago. So that's how long me and this rascal go back.
You know, it's talking about that bass and stuff. Monday, I've done a lot, and I said, we had to kill some time, but after I told that guy to take it, I had to call back up here to get somebody to come get it. And on the road back there, it started on whenever, and I said, I called up here, and that record driver said, it take us a little over 2 hours to get there. And I said, I know it. So I told it, I said, I'll go out there and get something to eat. Went to Wendy's. I'm sitting there at Wendy's, and here, this guy kept looking over, and 2 or 3 people kept looking at me, and I thought, well, what are they looking at me for? He came over and said, are you driving one? We had a Chevrolet at Ciderville in Wendy's. You driving Ciderville, y'all? I said, yeah. He told me he was his Red Speaks guitar picker when he had the theater over.
Really?
Oh, Lord.
He said, you're David West, ain't you? I said, he said, I bought it. How many Martins for you? Said, I sold you my K Doghouse bass one time. I traded it to you for a Martin. I got a K off of him. And that guy, the whole time I was there, he sat there and entertained me. Told me about Leon Cope and all these pickers that we know. And he kept up with me all down through the years with Cas Walker.
Mm-hmm.
And we reminisced. Well, when I went in there, they got to talk to his little far-fetched on the phone at the truck. I got there and said, I know who you are now. You're the banjo picker off the Cas Walker Show. You know, but it was still, they go back to them old shows. But when he said, you traded me your K-bass, he said, I traded you my K-bass one time. I've owned a lot of them K-bass.
You did.
I got 2 real nice ones now. Or if I got a 50 and a 39.
You got a 40 model, which ain't going nowhere.
40.
And got a 60-something, one of the last ones that K made.
And what's that other one I got?
Got a 50s model King, or 40s model King.
They're rare.
Every time David gets something in like that, he'll call me and say, hey, I got something I want you to look at. Tell me about it.
Yeah, he runs them down.
Yeah.
Them old Kings, they're real hard to get.
Yeah.
Where did I sell Jody? Was that King?
You sold Jody that King, a 34 model.
34 King. Boy, I've had a lot of people's old basses, and Alan Collins has had a bunch of them. But, you know, I've had a lot of them. I had one that, and I never have saw, but one of them, they made them for the Navy. They're made out of aluminum. They had to do that, keep them coming apart on the ship. You remember that? You remember that? And I had brown aluminum, and it was a really good sound bass.
Wow.
It was a $100 bass.
Yeah.
And Alan, I said, ask Alan, was his authority. I said, why is that bass made out of metal? He said, well, they had to, David. It was a Navy bass, and a wooden bass would come apart out there in that water.
In salt there, yeah.
Yeah.
And you also had one that was made by Roth that was made out of fiberglass.
Yeah, I forgot about that. The one that sticks, that's Nashville. The one that's sticking with me is the one that is, I got me a new phone, I can turn it down, I forgot. Anyhow, well, I lost it last night.
You lost your new phone already?
Yeah, but I found it.
Okay.
I found it. But anyhow, the one bass that sticks out in my mind so much was poor Rowdy. It's hard to carry a bass all over the Bluegrass Festival.
Yeah.
You know, you carry them, you just can't carry them. And so I took and run a rod through it.
Put wheels on it.
2 wheels on it. And you remember that?
Yeah.
And when you raise it up, I put a big old boot, a man's old cowboy boot on it. You raise it up, and that boot held it up, the wheels wouldn't turn.
Yeah.
And he played it. And I thought I'll keep that forever, so I put a real high price on it. Rowdy traded it back for he wanted one of them New England horns. And I said, I'll keep this for the show model. Here come one. Oh, I've got to have that bass. I said, man, we're using it for show. No, give me a price. Of course I did. She grabbed it. And I said, what are you going to do with that? She said, I'm going to put it in my living room. That's a beauty, she said.
With wheels on the boot.
Wheels on it. Oh, Rowdy, go up there, you go to them festivals, he just turned the neck down, he just go push it. Everybody said, man, you've got an axle run thing.
That's smart.
Well, it was to work with, it wasn't for try to look at. No, yeah. I'll tell you what, we could wrap up early, but we got a thing we got to do in a few minutes.
That's fine, we can do that.
Will suit you okay?
That suits me just fine.
Well, Mike, we're happy to have you with us today.
I'm tickled. I'm like Minnie Pearl. I'm just proud to be here.
We're glad to have you. A lot of people didn't know that's all your pedigree and everything, but Mike, I don't know how many people I've had comments on this. Say, boy, I like that bass player you got there. I said, but every now and then we have somebody come in that is 4 hours. You know, we have good, better, and best.
Sure. So
and I look over and Mike can't get away, and he is dying laughing. I mean, well, we saw him lately.
I'm telling you, there's been some that's come up there on that little stage, and they'll start off, and I've heard cows belling in the field that sounded better.
I said if I run now, one of them might go like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
it's laughing because Bob gets on his
for laughing.
Yeah. I've told it before, but I had to tell it because Don Calhoun's probably listening. The one that night that boy come in, I thought he was going to. I thought the control room sent him back there, and they thought I wanted him. None of us knowed him. I mean, back there where Brad at, he didn't know him, and I didn't know him. Nobody knowed him. And he said they sent me back here as the control room did to put me on. I thought he worked there. They thought he was hunting. I don't know what. We all had our wires crossed. And I said, you don't sit or stand. And that time I had the stool and I was standing in my chair. I love him like sitting in a chair. And that dude started singing. And I could tell he was out of space when he started singing. And he started scooting down the chair, and directly he was looking out to the ceiling. And I was trying to, them boys was new, and I was doing like his cut.
Get him on.
Go to a commercial. I didn't like go to commercial, cut. And what did you want? I couldn't get to him. And finally, the time I got him word to go to a commercial, he extended his song. He's laying down looking at me. He said, you want me doing that? I said, not right now. And Don Calhoun saw me on the street, and he said, that's the funniest thing I've ever saw in my life.
Slid out of the chair.
And Saturday night was a good one. Frank come out. Frank, we're talking about you if you're listening. He's watching us, but Frank come out and his strap come off. Well, we ain't got 3 minutes for him to put a strap back on. He didn't hunt the button.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, here, give me that strap. And I pulled it up like this, and now go ahead and sing. I'll just hold it on you. And I held his, I don't know how many people know it. I held the strap. He did a whole song.
Show must go on.
Show must go on. I said, I run them close. I'm trying to get as many songs on as I can, but if you get up there and do too many and kills time, well, you lose a whole song.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We got a big show already filmed. We got a big one for you this Saturday night.
Okay.
And remember, not this Monday, coming Monday week, back at Wild Wings at Powell, over here at Powell, Tennessee. It's on Monday night. Chicken, and I think Erin's coming. I believe she's coming, and of course Claudia and Big Mike will be there, and CJ said he'll be there, and it's going to be a good show.
Gonna have a good time.
And we're going to dedicate the whole show today to Mel Gibson, he's having a birthday.
Okay.
So, happy birthday, Mel.
All right.
He'll be overseas today. And once I all come over, we got some big sales going on over there.
All right, guys, we'll wrap things up for this Thursday. We should be back here with us next week. What, the 19th? That'll be the first day. Is it? Yeah, the first day of spring. Next Thursday. We'll see you in the spring. All right, have a good day, everybody.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or problem, call in tomorrow and ask your neighbor. Or email from our website. It's Ask Your Neighbor. Thanks for listening.
I'm always looking for peace of mind, especially when I have a costly, unplanned expense, like a cooling system repair or replacement. That's when I turn to the eScore Quality Contractor Network. They're the pros who've been specially trained and approved by TVA and your local power company. The Quality